It's been said that despite all of our accomplishments, we owe all our success to a 6-inch layer of topsoil and the fact that it rains. Our soil ecosystems play an often overlooked role in sustaining life as we know it, including the food we eat and the land we walk and build upon. One way of supporting our soil ecosystems is by composting.
So a lot of people think that when you put food waste into your trash and it goes off to landfill, that it will decompose in the landfill. But actually putting food waste in the landfill does not decompose in a natural cycle. So it ends up actually emitting more CO2 and methane. So it's really important to compost and divert that from landfill so that it can break down naturally, and also the nutrients that are in those food scraps can go back into the soil so that we can grow more lovely produce for people. Hi, my name's Nina. I'm the Sustainability Policy Analyst for the Office of Sustainability at UW-M, and I started working in the Hoop House in 2019 when I was a student, and I have been involved in our composting operations ever since.
Composting is the process of organic matter breaking down and being eaten by microorganisms, who turn these organic materials, like leaves, raw fruit and vegetable scraps, and eggshells, into soil that is rich in nutrients, which acts as a natural fertilizer.
Right now, we are sitting in the UW-M Hoop House, which is where we do all of the on-site composting for campus. It was built in 2013 by a student named Laura Stevens, and she fundraised for it, and we've been composting in here since about 2014.
UW-M owes most of its composting efforts to students. It was students who fundraised for and built the Hoop House, who introduced Panther Pails, who built our Earth Cube composter, who collect data, who volunteer, and who decide to give their food scraps another life by composting with us.
I first learned about our composting program last fall when I was a service learner here for one of my classes, and then I loved it so much I continued volunteering over the summer, and then a position opened up, and here I am. Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm an undergrad student here at UW-M. I'm a conservation environmental science major, and I'm working for the Office of Sustainability here as a compost operations assistant.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm the other compost operations assistant with the Office of Sustainability. I'm a business major. It's my senior year.
We mainly work with the Panther Pails program, which are 1 gallon or 2 gallon buckets that anyone in the Milwaukee community can contribute in. We dump the compost into either an open bin behind me or a closed bin, which we call an Earth Cube here. We collect the data on the quality and the quantity of the compost that we get from the pails. And we also go up into the Sandberg kitchen to wash and sanitize the pails before putting them back out into the community. And while we're up there in the Sandberg kitchen, we work with their staff to collect their food waste and monitor their composting.
Panther Pails is our community composting program. I actually started it when I was a student here, and right now we have over 260 people signed up for it. It's a free program, it's open for everyone, and all you have to do is drop swap. All of the food waste from Panther Pails comes into the Hoop House, and we process it here on site. And all of the finished compost product that we make goes back to our community garden beds, our orchard, and other natural areas on campus.
UW-M has one of the most robust and resilient compost programs. In addition to Panther Pails, UW-M manages compost across 4 different scales.
With composting, there's no one-size-fits-all method that's just going to work for everyone. So we like to use a variety of different composting methods and techniques. So we have our open bin system, we have an Earth Cube method, we also have a compost drum, and then we utilize Compost Crusaders, which is an industrial compost hauler. So we use a lot of different things, and we are really excited to be able to showcase all of these methods so that folks can come here and see what kind of method they could potentially utilize in their own operations and just use us as a teaching learning lab. This is our Earth Cube system. It was built by a student, and they had converted an old IBC water tank into this system. They added a bunch of insulation and wrapped it in metal to retain heat. And so this Earth Cube system breaks food waste down in about 2 to 3 months, whereas our open bin piles does it in about 6 to 7 months. So it really speeds up the process. But it's just a good way to show student innovation and how we can continuously improve our compost process. So,
Composting is a circular, mostly closed-loop model of operation. And the further operations like these expand, the more circular our lifestyles become, meaning the phrase waste not, want not becomes more of a reality. In a world with finite resources, composting is just one example of a sustainable action that promotes reuse and recycling of these resources. Imagine what else is possible.
So initially when I started at UWM, I was an environmental science major because it's a huge passion of mine. However, I did quickly switch to be a business major, which is kind of a 180. So I thought, but Lindsay, the director of the Office of Sustainability, actually spoke to our class about the office and all the great things it does with its recycling program and its compost program. And one of the major things she touched on was that business and sustainability can and have to and do coexist. And that was kind of like a light bulb moment that my passion and my business interest could come together as one. And that's why I got involved.
There's also a lot of cool things about it. Like, for instance, our piles here, they can get up to about 150 degrees, which I did not know. I didn't know that food waste got that hot.
In my head, it's kind of like a miniature world. There's all these like microorganisms in the soil working to, I guess, really just coexist and consume as much food waste as we can give them. I just think that's like wildly interesting, and we can't see them at all, so it really feels imaginary. But when you're turning the pile and it's releasing all this steam and you slowly see the food scraps like disappear, that's what connects me to this imaginary or not so imaginary world of composting. It's so cool. Like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes really lame and nerdy because I'm in here like playing in dirt and food scraps, but I actually enjoy it, and it is nerdy, so yeah.
If you want to get involved with these microorganisms and start composting with us, you can look us up by searching for UWM Office of Sustainability Compost. Our waste, the things we throw away, is telling a story that has visible, actual impacts on our planet and its resources. So, what story do we want to tell?